In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 NBA games happening on October 6, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Milwaukee Bucks versus Miami Heat. The Milwaukee Bucks visit Miami on Monday in what could be a key early season test. On paper, Milwaukee comes in with roster advantages, especially in size and depth, but questions remain around health, chemistry, and how well their pieces fit together on the road. The Heat will lean on home court, physicality, and smart rotations to keep things close, especially if Milwaukee is missing or limited in any way. Milwaukee's identity centers on Giannis Antetokounmpo, whose presence changes the balance of the game. He's a force downhill, a rebounder, playmaker, and a defensive disruptor. However, he recently tested positive for COVID-19 and missed media day. His status for this game is murky. If he's limited, the rest of the Bucks roster, both starters and bench, will need to pick up slack. They've added Miles Turner to solidify rim protection and shot blocking, which could help against the Heat's attack. Miami, meanwhile, plays with structure, discipline, and tenacity at home. They'll try to force mismatches, bait turnovers, and push transition chances. Their supporting cast must be sharp, especially if Giannis is active. Meanwhile, Miami's offense can generate through movement, cutting, and spacing, forcing opposing defenses to stay honest. In prior matchups last season, Milwaukee outperformed Miami in several statistical categories: higher field goal percentage, more total assists, but Miami battled with toughness, especially on home courts. Given these dynamics, I lean toward the Heat at home, particularly if the Bucks are still shaking off any illness or disruption. The home team can dictate tempo, lean on defensive pressure, and try to expose any softness in Milwaukee's rotation. As our first pick for this matchup, the Miami Heat to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. As for the total, both teams have firepower and the capability to push pace. But if Giannis is limited or Milwaukee plays more cautiously, scoring could be hindered. Still, Miami tends to run when able, and Milwaukee's shooters can get hot. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Detroit Pistons versus Memphis Grizzlies. Detroit rolls into Memphis seeking respect and a statement. The Pistons lean on Cade Cunningham to be their engine: scoring, playmaking, leadership. Their depth and interior size could bother Memphis, but they'll need consistency from role players and smart defensive rotations. The Grizzlies, meanwhile, will press their home court strengths: speed, spacing, and defending in transition. Memphis has a roster built for pushing pace and forcing mismatches, and the Pistons must deny easy looks or this could get away fast. Looking at recent history, Memphis came out on top in one of their meetings last season, 109-103, led by Desmond Bane dropping 38 points and Zach Edey grabbing a career-high 21 rebounds. That memory lingers for Detroit. They'll want payback. Overall, Memphis averaged 121.7 points per game last season, while Detroit managed 115.5. The margin isn't enormous, but it signals Memphis's offensive edge. The Grizzlies also tend to leverage their home crowd to tilt momentum, especially in tight moments. In this matchup, Detroit's interior defenders and rebounding will matter greatly. Edey, the rookie big for Memphis, showed last season he can dominate the glass in bursts. If Detroit lets him roam free, second chance points could pile up. On the flip side, if Detroit's wings scramble and contest perimeter shots, they can make Memphis uncomfortable in half-court sets. Execution and, frankly, gutsiness in late windows will decide it. Given all of this, I lean toward Memphis at home. They have the offensive firepower, home support, and recent edge in this matchup. Detroit still has upside, but for this road test, I trust Memphis to deliver. As our first pick for this matchup, the Memphis Grizzlies to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams can score, both like to run, but with defensive intensity and potential adjustments, this could tilt lower. Still, given pace and shooting ability, I expect the game to open up more than some will predict. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Atlanta Hawks versus Houston Rockets. Atlanta heads into Houston trying to shake off road rust and set a tone early. The Hawks rely on their backcourt to generate offense, spacing, and tempo control, especially away from home. Houston, by contrast, has had pressing ambitions and will push to assert dominance on both ends, particularly in the paint and on transition. The Rockets boast added firepower this season, and at home they'll try to impose their will physically and exploit mismatches. Last season, the Rockets finished 52-30, while Atlanta ended 40-42, a gap that says something about Houston's consistency and strength. In head-to-head play, Houston has often had the edge. They won 121-114 in one memorable showdown fueled by Jalen Green's 32 points and strong contributions across the roster. That win illustrates Houston's ability to close tight games and capitalize on opponent mistakes. Houston also turned multiple Atlanta turnovers into points and dominated second-chance opportunities in that matchup. Atlanta's upside lies in its guard play and ability to stretch defenses. If the Hawks hit threes, pressure the ball, and disrupt Houston's offensive sets, they can stay in it. But Houston's front court presence and interior defense threaten to collapse Atlanta's drives and force contested shots. Also of note, Houston reacquired Clint Capella in the offseason, a former Hawk who adds rim protection, rebounding, and paint deterrence. His return injects both familiarity and toughness into Houston's interior defense. Given all that, I lean to Houston at home. They've demonstrated the capacity to win tight games, force turnovers, and take advantage of opponent miscues. The home crowd should amplify their confidence. As our first pick for this matchup, the Houston Rockets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. For the total, both teams have offensive weapons, and Houston in particular will try to blow the roof off on fast breaks and open looks. But if Houston clamps down defensively, or Atlanta's shot volume dips on the road, scoring could stall. I expect a balanced game with spurts of pace. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Oklahoma City Thunder versus Dallas Mavericks. Oklahoma City ventures into Dallas looking to impose its rhythm and exploit its core strengths. The Thunder lean heavily on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to carry scoring, initiate plays, and demand defensive attention. Around him, Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren offer unique versatility, perimeter shooting, floor spacing, rim protection, and often tip the balance in tight games. Dallas, on the other hand, will try to force Oklahoma City Thunder into uncomfortable defensive rotations while pushing pace and hunting backdoor cuts and transition buckets. Last season's head-to-head results were razor close, and the Mavericks actually won 2 of 3 meetings. In several matchups, Dallas pressured the Thunder into turnovers and forced contested threes late in shot clocks. Conversely, Oklahoma City Thunder's defense and ability to generate steals and deflections has turned many tight games in their favor. Expect the contrast to come down to execution in the final minutes. Which offense handles fatigue better? Which defense clamps down under pressure? Oklahoma's star trio is healthy and connected, and they've shown in multiple playoff runs they can win away from home. They'll look to control pace, make Dallas defend on the move, and destabilize them with switches and off-ball motion. As our first pick for this matchup, the Oklahoma City Thunder to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams boast offensive firepower and creativity in half-court and transition, but with intensity, defensive focus, and tighter play late, this game may not blow up with scoring. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Denver Nuggets versus Toronto Raptors. Denver comes into Toronto facing a tricky road test. The Nuggets lean on Nikola Jokic to control pace, initiate offense, and dismantle defenses with his passing and post play. Around him, Jamal Murray provides perimeter shooting and secondary creation, which makes Denver dangerous even when spacing is tight. Toronto, though, won't make things easy. Their home crowd, energy, and defensive schemes will try to disrupt Denver's flow, especially off the bounce and in transition. The Raptors love to pressure the ball and close out hard on the wings. If Denver's shooters aren't sharp early, Toronto could keep it close. Historically, Denver has fared well against Toronto, especially when fully healthy. Jokic's ability to freeze defenses and find cutters is a huge equalizer when the Raptors crowd passing lanes. But Toronto has enough length, depth, and defensive versatility to make life miserable on mismatches. Also, playing at home gives Toronto a boost. They'll try to bully Denver in the paint and contest every angle. If the Nuggets aren't crisp with turnovers and execution, this game could get tighter than some expect. Given the matchups, I lean with Denver. Their star star edge and execution likely tip the balance. As our first pick for this matchup, the Denver Nuggets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. For the total, both teams can score, both have weapons, and when defense softens or rotations stretch, scoring will creep up. But Toronto's defense might drag things down at times, especially if they force Denver into contested shots. Still, I expect enough offensive bursts to push this over. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.